finals here at BlizzCon 2016.
I have a lot of faith in Botar on that Restoration Druid. That is his main class. I think he's going to have to play very safe, throw out those HOTS, making sure he gets out those clutch Cyclones. If he can do that, if he can get out those Cyclones, they can easily win this game. If Method is able to shut that down, that's going to be key to them winning.
Yeah, this game is completely on Botar. It depends on his positioning. If he's in there in the melee, he's not going to be able to get those important Cyclones out to stop the enemy team. But if he's able to keep at range, get those Cyclones out and pull back and get his heals out. But no, he gets Hodge immediately. Another Hodge coming out on the Swapsy. Meanwhile, damage actually coming out on the Smexen mostly. It looks like they're going for him this game. They found their target that they want to go for.
Yeah, that Iron Bark is going to nullify the opener from Method. Swapsy's going to be completely fine. But now Fob's getting attacked. Down to 50% HP. Sidu taking a lot of damage as well. Down to 10% already. Avenging Crusader's not going to be enough. The bubble coming out from Sidu immediately. Smexen also in the crossfire. Sidu needs to get those heals out onto him. Avenging Crusader is going to be falling very, very soon. Meanwhile, Method getting the Hodge over onto Botar. Swapsy needs to be able to get healed up right now. He needs to keep that pressure, that momentum going.
Yeah, and the entire team of Method actually sitting in a Direhawk for that entire duration. Took a ton of damage from that unnecessarily. Smexen sitting at 20% HP, no cooldowns. Cyclone coming out from Botar. Huge play there. They need to get a CC going onto Sidu to get things followed up. If he can get in there and get that. No, Sidu lands a huge heal on the Smexen to save his life, but Sidu is quickly running out of cooldowns.
Yeah, Bean also able to throw in those heals. The full Cyclone, though, going out onto Bean. Botar doing such an incredible job with those Cyclones so far. Sidu needs to hold on a little bit longer for that Avenging Crusader. One more second. If he can get that up and he can get that damage out, he should be able to keep his team alive. The shield going out onto Botar as well, but he's going to nullify it. Once again, that damage coming in from Method. The Iron Bark goes up. Now Botar being swapped to. He needs to get away. But Sidu getting swapped to as well. Damage coming out for both teams all over the place.
And a clutch pop coming out from Bean onto Sidu to save his life. He had no more cooldowns left. There's another Lust coming out. Botar taking some of the damage. They found their target that they want now. Barkstein comes out from him. He's actually taking way too much damage from him to handle right now. He's trying to get away in cap form. This is what he needs to do. He needs to be kiting away, stop some of the damage, and get Cyclones out when his team calls for it.
Yeah, that was a clutch dash coming out from Botar, making sure he could kite in cat form, but now he needs to recover on healing a little bit, get those heals over onto Swapsy. Botar, of course, not going to have that Iron Bark for 20 seconds. That's a pivotal part of them surviving. The Hodge, though, going out onto Botar. Now Swapsy could be in a lot of trouble. Method trying to get aggressive. The double Hodge coming out once again, but Botar able to easily heal through this damage so far.
Yeah, the Hodge from Botar really helping Swapsy out. They know he's a target, so they're just keeping him alive with those Hots and then using the empowerments to keep him alive right after. There's the wings from Beam, but he gets immediately Cyclone. Botar really telling the tale of this game so far with that Druid.
Yeah, right now we can see the clear mana advantage going on for Sidu. Botar already down to 50% mana, but I don't know if that's going to matter. The Hodge going out onto Botar. Swapsy could be in some trouble. Looks like Splyce wants to get aggressive onto Sidu as well, but Sidu should be fine with that Avenger Crusader. He needs to be careful. He doesn't overstay his welcome, though. He needs to be able to get away once that cooldown fades, or he might actually end up going down.
Yeah, the offensive cooldowns for Method are all down. All their damage is pretty much wiped out, unless Smexen can get some procs onto Swapsy. Sidu having to run away right now. He's waiting for that Avenging Crusader to come back up, but it looks like both teams are going to be absolutely fine right now. Botar gets into Hodge. He does use double Barkskin there to stay alive, but he's actually the one under fire. Smexen and Bean have found Botar, and they need to stick on him if they want to win this game.
Yeah, Botar doing a great job with that bear form. Now Smexen's in a little bit of trouble. The clone going out onto Smexen. If they can get any follow-up CC onto Sidu, Smexen could go down here. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to. Sidu trying to throw out as many heals as possible. He's caught in the crossfire, though. It looks like Splyce wants to swap over onto him. Avenger Crusader's going to be up, though. This is the pressure that they need. Hodge going out onto Botar. DR Hodge as well. Swapsy taking a little bit of damage. No Iron Bark available for Botar. Is he going to be able to keep Swapsy up? It looks like it, but Sidu needs to be careful, too. He's taking quite a bit of damage. The Bloodlust coming up from Smexen. Swapsy down to 10%. Botar needs to be able to heal through this. The Avenging Shield coming out from Bean onto Botar. He's going to be able to silence him up, but Sidu in a lot of trouble. Does not have that bubble available for another 2 minutes. Avenging Crusader is going to fall very soon. Bags in the meantime, also very low. Botar does have that Iron Bark available. Sidu's going to be using that Divine Seed to get away to safety.
Yeah, Sidu's able to get huge shields out here. Should be able to top his team. Wings coming up soon for Bean, and they're going to be able to get some damage out. Hodge goes out into Botar, but it's not enough. They need to get more damage going out into Swapsy. There's a huge Hodge coming out at him. A silence on the Botar. They're not going to be able to get. Oh, they're doing a ton of damage. All of a sudden, Smexen goes wild. Sitting at 5% HP. Swapsy's trying to win. He does not have a Theory form, but Iron Bark comes out from Botar to save him right at the last second.
Yeah, Botar doing work on that restoration druid, that Iron Bark paying dividends right now, keeping his team up when Method wants to get aggressive. Now Splyce needs to look for some counter pressure here. The Hodge, though, going out onto Botar. Swapsy now in a lot of trouble. He does have that heroism up, so he can counter pressure if he wants to. Botar not in any more CC, trying to throw out those heals. Looks like Swapsy's HP is stabilized. The full Hex going out on his Smexen. Well done by Swapsy. Cyclone going out on the Bean. Nice CC coming up from Splyce as they're trying to take down Sea-Doo.
And even though they land the Hex on Smexen, they immediately break it. He's really the only target for them to attack, so it's hard to get CC chains going for them because Smexen can decurse them. Meanwhile, Swapsy taking a ton of damage. They're all over him this game. There's the Hodge on the Botar, the Hodge on the Swapsy. This can be huge for them. He has an ethereal form up though, and he's able to survive completely through it.
Yeah, Smexen actually throwing out that Hex on the Botar. Swapsy doing a good job quickly decursing that, so he's going to get his healer out of that CC. Dampening has just kicked in. We are at 1% dampening now. As this game goes further and further on, it's going to be harder for the heals to deal with all this incoming damage. Botar getting shocked up there by Smexen. Well done interrupting that CC, but the Cyclone's going to go out onto Bean. Smexen now looks like the target of choice for Splyce. Splyce trying to push in. They want to get aggressive. Sea-Doo's going to be answering that aggression with that Avenging Crusader. Bubble up for him in 10 seconds as well, so Method has held on as long as they need to.
And he's going to be able to top his team here. Dampening starting kicking, like you said. Big swap on the Swapsy with a double Hodge again, but again, Botar answering with his cooldowns like over and over. That Iron Bark really coming to play. That Resto Druid, a huge factor in this game. Getting Cyclones out, getting Bashes out, doing a great job on that Resto Druid.
Yeah, Botar coming in clutch, like we said. The Cyclone going out onto Bean, DR Cyclone as well. Smexen a little bit of trouble. DR Cyclone going out onto Sea-Doo. He does have that bubble. He will be able to fall back on that if he needs to. The Silence going out onto Botar. Swapsy now using that ethereal form to immune some of that incoming damage. That's a very low cooldown, consistent defensive cooldowns that's keeping Swapsy up.
And there's the Hodge on the Botar again. He has answers. He has the Bark skin. He's able to get away here. There's a Silence on him. He's just trying to get a distance. That's all he needs. But there's a DR Hodge from Sea-Doo. Sea-Doo's not going to be able to solo him here. Thankfully, Holy Paladins aren't that strong. Smexen taking a ton of damage as well. Full Cyclone onto Sea-Doo. He has his wall up, though. He's going to be able to survive through it. Avenging Crusader coming up for Sea-Doo in just a second.
Yeah, nice CC coming out of Botar. That bash onto Sea-Doo into that Cyclone, proccing that adaptation cooldown. Swapsy still in a little trouble. No Iron Bark available. The DR Hodge coming out from Botar. A little bit of a blunder coming out from Method with that triple DR Hodge. They needed to be a little bit more patient. If they were, they might have been able to take down Swapsy.
And now Botar has his Iron Bark up. Next CC chain, he should be absolutely fine. There it is. But maybe Smexen can just kill him through it. He's going hard on him. He pops his ethereal form. Is it going to be enough to survive here? Swapsy cannot attack while it's active, so he's just letting the pressure ride. Smexen actually taking a ton of damage from Bob by himself right now, sitting at half HP. Sea-Doo does not have any cooldowns to help him out.
Yeah, he does not. Avenging Crusader up for him in 30 seconds, but Smexen now in a lot of trouble. Sea-Doo might actually have to use that bubble to throw out those heals. He's in a very strategic position right now. He's far away. He's able to get out those heals, keep himself up, but Splyce has so much momentum in their favor right now. Bean's going to have to throw out those heals as well if he wants to stabilize his team.
And the kill window for Method is fading here. The Iron Bark's going to be up in 20 seconds, and they need to get some damage out on the Swapsy. They're going to have their double Hodge coming up, but Smexen and Sea-Doo and Bean are all sitting low. Smexen does not have his wall. If Botar can get a Cyclone onto Sea-Doo right now, it could be huge, could force that bubble. His Avenging Crusader is up now, though. He's able to break out of that CC, and he's going to be able to top his team here.
Yeah, the full Cyclone going on to Sea-Doo. Adaptation going to be proccing that as well, so Sea-Doo's not going to have a CC break for quite some time. Swapsy taking a lot of damage. Smexen as well needs to be careful. Can't Sea-Doo keep him up? Smexen down to 10% HP. Swapsy and Fab's going crazy right now. Sea-Doo just doing everything he can to keep them up. The Divine Favor, Holy Light coming out, going to be connecting a huge heal onto Smexen. The full Cyclone, though, going out onto Smexen. Sea-Doo now needs to run away. Swapsy swapping over onto him. Sea-Doo might actually have to use his bubble here, and he does.
And there is an ethereal form and Iron Bark. Things are looking good for Splyce here in the late dampening. There's some Bloodlust coming out from Swapsy. They're going to go hard on the Smexen. He does have his wall available. Both Shamans using Bloodlust, trying to go for their final hurrah here. Smexen sitting at half, though. They're the ones taking the brunt of the damage.
Yeah, Botar, of course, can always fall back on that Iron Bark cooldown. It's been so powerful in this matchup so far. Swapsy using that ethereal form, so he's not going to have that available for some time. But if you look at Sea-Doo's cooldowns, he really doesn't have too much. That Avenging Crusader is going to have to carry him through for quite some time.
And they just have one bot from Bean to save them for a second, but it can just get purged by Swapsy. Smexen taking a ton of damage. Bean's going to come out of that, go for a couple extra heals. The Avenging Crusader out from Sea-Doo, but he's bashed. Smexen taking a ton of damage here. They don't even need cooldown skill at this point. There's no healing coming out. Dampening is kicking in, but Bean pops his wings. They're going to try to get some damage out here.
Yeah, now Method looking to get aggressive, doing some damage over on that Fabs, but Sea-Doo's going to get swapped too, taken down. Bubble still not up for 5 minutes. Splyce coming in clutch with that restoration, that comp swap, tying up the series 2-2.
And could we ask for anything better in a grand finals than to be tied 2-2 at this point? Both of these teams just playing their hearts out, going like crazy. Splyce now tying the series up 2-2. They're trying to